This video is for Higher Graphic Communication, assignment for 2022, the Dune Digger toy. In this video, we're going to look at creating the wheel, which is shown on datasheet 4. So the wheel is relatively simple. It's got a kind of circular shape, and then we've got this hexagon on one side, kind of circles on the other side, and then we've got this shape that has been radial arrayed around the outside of the wheel. So the first thing we are going to look at doing is creating the basic shape of the wheel, which we can see has a diameter of 150. So I'm going to start a 2D sketch, and I'm going to click the XY plane, and I'm going to draw a circle at 150. Once that's done, I'm going to finish the sketch, and I'm going to look at extruding that to a distance of 70. Like so. Now, when we look at the drawing, we can see that it has a kind of angle to it. It says that there is a 10 times 45 degrees on the front and the back face. So we know that that is a chamfer. So what we're going to do is we're going to click chamfer, and we're going to change that distance to 10, and we're going to click both edges of the wheel and press OK. Now that we've done the chamfer, we're going to start off by creating the kind of circles on one side of the face of the wheel. So I'm going to start a 2D sketch on the face. I'm going to use project geometry on the outer circle just so that I can get my center point. And I'm going to draw a circle at 30. Like so. Next, if we look at the drawing, we can see that the 30 circle has a distance of 5, so it's sticking out 5. So I'm going to look at extrude and select my 30 circle and extrude that out 5. Now we need to extrude subtract the circle that we have in the middle of the 30 circles. So again, if we look, we can see that we've got a 12 circle in the middle, and then the kind of outer ring of that has been extrude subtracted. So we've got the 30 and then we've got the 12. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at drawing a circle at 24, and then we're going to extrude subtract that, the kind of distance of 40 that we see. So start a sketch like so, make that 24, and then make it a circle of 12. And then we're going to extrude subtract the kind of inner circle. We're going to make it 40. I'm going to change direction so that it extrude subtracts it, so that we have the circle looking like this. So the outer ring is 30, and then we've got 24, and then we've got our 12. Once we've done that, we're going to look at doing the hexagon on the back, kind of the opposite side. So I'm going to flip it around so I can see the other side, and then start a sketch. And we can see that according to the drawing, the hexagon has across the corners of 100. So I'm going to click the polygon. We've got 6 sides, and we want it to be across the corners. And starting from the middle, I'm just going to draw a hexagon. And then I'm going to use a diameter to say that from both corners, it should be 100. Once I've done that, I'm just going to finish the sketch. And we can see that the hexagon has been extrude subtracted by 15. So click extrude, click our hexagon, change the difference to 15, and then make sure that it's set to extrude subtract. So we've changed the direction and that it's set to cut into it. And now we have the circles on one side and the hexagon on the other. The last thing we want to do is create the sketch so that we can cut into and make the kind of thread of the tires. So I am going to start off by creating a sketch on one surface. I'm just going to create a sketch on the same surface as the hexagon. Now, if we look at the drawing, we can see that the inner curve has a radius of 72, but the outer curve is our kind of biggest circle of the 150. So we already have our 150 curve. We've got that here. So we now just need to do the inside one. So I'm going to draw a circle using the same center point as my larger circle, and I'm going to make a circle at 144. So I now have the outside and the inside. We can also see that it has a distance of 10. So using my line tool, I'm just going to go along 5 and then straight up at 90 degrees. And again, go along 5 and then straight up at 90 degrees. And then using trim, we can trim the remaining part of the circle and this little bit here. And we can delete our 5 lines. Like so. Once we've done that, we're going to finish the sketch and we're going to click extrude. And we're going to flip it around and make sure that it's set to extrude subtract. And then we're just going to make it a distance that is going to go all the way through it. Like so. And there we have our first little cutout. Next, we're going to use radial array to repeat this all the way around. So if we have a look at the drawing, in terms of the kind of thread, it says that it has been repeated 20 times. So I'm going to click radial array in the pattern. I'm going to click that cutout that I first made. I'm going to change the rotational axis to one of my circles. Doesn't matter which one. And then I'm going to say that it's repeated 20 times and press OK. And you can see now that that has been repeated. And that is the wheel complete. So we're now just able to go to File, Save As, and save it somewhere safe.